Hello, everyone. Welcome to our reading today. We are looking at the soul coaching. I am using Bell Energy, Crystal Energy to just clear the energy around us today. You can also use sage. You can use um, incense. I know some people they love to burn incense. So you can also do that as well. I have this cute little incense burner that came from one of my friends in England, and I just buy these to burn them in there. So you could do that as well. You could use sage. There's so many different options to clear your cards. I do recommend clearing your cards if you haven't used them in a while or if you have done readings on various people or situations. It just helps sometimes to reset the energy. This is a Denise Lynn Oracle deck. This is the guidebook. I do like to take a few minutes, those who have followed my readings, and share the Oracle decks that I have because you never know when somebody could be wanting to find a deck that has exactly the cards that we are using. So I like to take a few minutes just to kind of share the deck because that's just what we do. So thank you for being here. Please be aware that I do not ask for money. I hate to have to say this, but like there's so many scammers out there. I don't want to see you guys get scammed. I do not ask for money for readings. Under no way am I saying that it's wrong to pay for readings. I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying that my I am told by spirit to not charge for my readings. It is something that I am asked not to do. Okay, so I'm not by any means saying that somebody else is wrong for charging. That is their own path. I just know that I was asked by spirit not to charge. So my readings are free and I love doing them. I am grateful and thankful that I have the time and the ability to do them. I hope that they serve you and help you in your highest good. And it's great to be able to do the readings for you. Please feel free to let me know in the comments how they help you, how they serve you, and um, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is a soul coaching spread. So our message is, what are the important things that you need to know? What are the important things that you need to know? So your first card is Sanctuary. I am divinely guided, gent- gently and lovingly. Okay, so your message is all about being gentle with yourself as well. Like I feel a message coming in for some of you that you are being told to allow the universe to just love you, allow the universe to caress you and to just give you the break that you need. Okay. Maybe you're someone that just kind of, you're so used to being hurt or you're so used to being on the flight, or fight energy. And so this peace and calm might feel a little uneasy for you. And this is the universe coming in to remind you that you're being asked to honor yourself at this time, honor your peace, your calmness, the love within you. Okay. You're being asked to be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others around you. Right. This is a time where it's very important to not allow harsh energies to come into your life. Okay, some people might want to bring them, but don't be afraid to reject them. Okay, don't be afraid to not be available for those energies. Okay, you're also being reminded that gratitude is what keeps your heart open. Many things may come against you to try to harden your heart. You may see things that feel like they harden your heart, but this is a reminder that if you come to the universe, to the creator with a heart of gratitude, that things will be restored to you, right? This is a glorious time to be alive, and I am so grateful. So try to see the positives in the situations. I know for some people it can be hard at the moment because we all face different kinds of problems, right? But this one is reminding you that gratitude is what helps manifest positive outcomes, right? When you are in a heart of gratitude, knowing that you are going to see better days, even though you might not know what those days are, knowing that you're going to see better days, that gratitude, that thankfulness of where you are right now, knowing that things could be worse, really sends out the energy to the universe, and the universe feels your frequency. It connects your heart. It realizes that you are seeing the better side of things. Even in worse situations, bad situations, you're choosing to be a grateful person, right? You're choosing to hold on to the little things. And in return, that is what causes the universe to align you with more of that, okay? Yeah, exactly. Being in the flow, the glory of the universe flows through me. Gratitude. I know that this is hard right now, but I am grateful that I have my health, or I am grateful that I have food. I'm grateful that I have a home. I'm grateful that I have good friends. I'm grateful that I have a job that provides my needs, right? Those are the things that the universe wants you to stay in the flow of. There are many things that we can't change around us, right? Lots of things that we can't do anything about, but we can show up in our daily life with gratitude and thankfulness for what we have in the present moment. That's why it's so important to stay in the present moment, okay? I live my truth. So who you truly are in your heart is who you're asked to be in person, right? Don't wear a mask. Don't disguise yourself. Be your true self and speak truth. When you speak truth, like, I know that this is I know that I don't like my situation that I'm in. I know that I'm unhappy in many ways, but I'm grateful because of this, this, and this. That is speaking your truth. That's also putting out there the awareness to the universe that you are well aware of your situation, that you are well aware of the negatives in this situation, but you're honoring the positives and you're grateful for where you are, and you know that everything is going to work out eventually, right? That's the flow process, okay? When you are in the flow, you want to be in truth, not denial. So you don't want to be telling yourself something that isn't true. You're better off being completely true than being false, like the false truth. We were talking the other day in one of my classes, and we were talking about the same subject, and we were talking about someone who is excessively positive, right? And then somebody who is authentically positive, right? So an obsessively positive person is someone who thinks everything's going to be perfect. It's going to be great. 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 And they don't actually tell themselves the truth. They're like positive, 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 positive. Everything's positive. And then what happens? They end up having this like burnout, and they end up like screaming, hollering, crying, flipping out because they try to be so positive that they're not allowing any truth to come in, right? And then you have the other person, which is like the positive thinker, right? So this person is like an um, optimistic behavior. So there's a difference between an optimistic speaker and an optimistic behavior. So an optimistic behavior is someone that knows the truth, right? They know where they are. They know that this is terrible, or this isn't great, or this is not easy. And they're not afraid to speak that. But at the same time, they also know that they're not going to get anywhere being stuck in the negative. So they need to find the things to be grateful for, because being grateful helps you to keep going. It helps you to keep being thankful into the process of where you're at and into the universe. You're always constantly thanking the universe for everything that it's providing for you, right? So that's what this is telling you. It's not telling you to be fake. It's not telling you to pretend. It's telling you to be honest with yourself. You know, you be in a state of gratitude, but be in a state of truth, right? It's okay to say, this is how I feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, but at the same time, just don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck in the negatives. You can speak the negatives and then remind yourself of the positives and of your belief in yourself and in the universe that things can improve. Okay. Fulfillment. So abounds in all areas of my life. Okay, so as you are moving into the energy of alignment, okay, that's when things come in that are fulfilling for you. When you move into the energy of alignment, you are being balanced, right? You know that life is getting better. Maybe it's not as quickly as you want it to be, but it is moving in the right direction. Yes, there are setbacks, but you are looking at the positives, you're being grateful, and you just keep going back to the table and just keep trying again. With each time that you do that, you're going to see more and more fulfillment in your life because gratitude changes the heart. Gratitude not only changes the heart, but it also changes the mind's way of seeing things. And that's important, right? Sometimes, whenever things happen, we can get stuck in the terrible situation, or we can look at, okay, how can we use this situation to to show love, to show acceptance, to show support, to show a foundation of who we truly are as people, right? Um, that is what fulfillment is. Okay, that is finding what in you is can change this situation to make it enjoyable, loving, grateful, thankful. Okay, that is what we call fulfillment. Purification. My energy field is being cleansed of all that I do not need. So this is a great card to give thanks. Thanks to the universe. Thank you, universe, for this purification. Thank you for your love and your support from the divine. Thank you for clearing the earth of all the energies that do not serve us. Another thing we have to remember is during the purification process, okay, we might see people go through situations and we might see people act completely out of character. And we have to be aware that during a purification process, negative things happen in order for the positive things to come up. So it's not uncommon to see these negative situations out like overplay. Like that's not uncommon to see that. We have to be aware that um, not everything is as it seems, right? Some people might see some really bad situations with people and think that all people are this way, or the earth is in a terrible situation, or things are really bad. But sometimes you just have to have that come to the surface and release so that what is truly there can actually shine, right? So just hang in there, trust that your place right now might be to help somebody out of those situations, help somebody to see a brighter day, help yourself to see a brighter day, right? But stay positive in the situation. We are using the universe has your back um, for some extra positive vibes for the reading. Okay. So I surrender to a power greater than me. Exactly. That's what we've been talking about the whole reading. Okay. You are in a situation where you may not be able to see the outcome, and you're going to have faith. You're going to have to surrender the need for control. You're going to have to surrender the need to know, and you're going to have to ride it out with faith on a lot of this. Okay, don't let fear and don't let negative thoughts corrupt your emotions. Okay, hope is is the conduct for miracles. Yes, right. A heart that is open to anything's possible has a lot of faith in the universe to protect and guide them and to use them to help others as well, right? The universe is constantly looking for people who are willing to step out there and be of service to others without expecting something back in return. And when you are that kind of person, the universe will come in and it'll work through you to help other people. So you can inspire hope, not just in yourself, but you can inspire hope in others as well. So whatever you're doing, just try to stay in the flow of gratitude, faith, and trust. Be honest with yourself and just allow what comes in to just fulfill you. If it's a great cup of coffee, relax and enjoy it, right? If it's a moment of peace and quiet, relax and enjoy it, right? It doesn't always have to be huge to be meaningful. Energy flows where my intention goes. Yes. See, so you got to make sure that you are thinking positive, you're trusting the unknown, and you're putting the energy that you want to see out in the right way. Okay, worry doesn't do anything but just make the energy more dense. Okay, so trust the universe. I always tell everybody that I do readings for, I always tell them whenever they start to worry, which I've been there too, but nobody, I didn't really have a whole lot of people remind me, but I always tell people all the time, you are in space on a rock that's like the size of an anthill, you know? And so, like, who's protecting you? Who's providing all of this for you? Well, does it make any sense to worry about something that technically could be really small, or should you just put your faith into something that's really big, right? If you are being protected and cared for and provided for, and the sun is where it is, and the planets are where they are, and the stars are where they are, and the the rocks in the universe flying around, the comets and everything, and everything is protected, then what makes you think that you're not protected now? Because you are. You truly, truly are. You've got to build a relationship with yourself. And when you build that relationship with yourself, the self love, the self reassurance that you know you're protected, you know that you are strong, you know that someone loves you unconditionally, right? And you start loving yourself unconditionally, and you seek that relationship with the universe, that's when you're going to realize that a lot of this has to do with you understanding who you truly are in the space that you occupy in your life. Okay, in every moment the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. There you go, there you have it, right? You are going to do just fine in this situation. Right? Whatever your situation is, it can be very, very different for all of you, but trust that you found this message when you were meant to, and trust that everything's going to work out. Work on your mindset. Stay heart-centered. Take some time. If you have to release yourself from some negative people, do so in a loving, kind way, right? It's the holidays for a lot of us. Um, Sometimes you just can't escape certain things when there's like holiday things going on and stuff like that. So just do your best to not absorb those negative energies. See where the people are coming from. Be open and understand that everybody is dealing with their own stuff. Okay. And remind yourself that you are important and that you need to focus on what you need to do to stay grounded in your path, and don't allow things to get the best of you. Trust this purification process. For some of you, you might be wanting to drink more water, maybe fast fast early during the day, throughout the night, into the morning. You might want to purify your home, cleanse your home, things like that. Whatever you feel drawn to, trust it. It could be the universe guiding you, right? Maybe you need to get rid of some things, or maybe some people will be leaving your life. That is also a purification process, right? Some people just might need to go, and the universe will make it very clear to you that you are to let these people go because they're holding you back, or they're not on the right path with you at this particular time. Doesn't mean that they're not going to come back in, doesn't mean that you're never going to see them again. It just might mean that they haven't done the work that they need to do to align with your energy, right? Or maybe you need to do work a little bit differently to align with their energy. So they might need to be on a path by themselves to work on them. You might need to be on a path with yourself to work on you. And things might play out in the future, right? So never think that just because somebody leaves that that's the end and you're never going to see them again, because that's not always true. Sometimes you just have two separate things going on and they can't happen together, okay? And then for other people, yeah, they might leave and not come back because they served their purpose, okay? And you need to continue to serve yours. So I hope this message has helped you. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful evening. Bye.